guys, welcome back to another video. I'm going to be sewing. I have not sewn anything since May, so it's been a while, a little rusty, but I was like, why not? I am going to be making this, specifically the blue one. I love Greek mythology and the idea of it, and I have a character in OC I created that grew up during the Greek time, so I thought, why not? Because I thought it'd be cool. And basically I was just like, why not? This time around, I'm actually going to be making it more detailed and good, I guess, rather than what I normally do. So I'll show you what I've done so far. So last night I pinned all of the pieces to the fabric, like so. And this is the skirt, the other skirt, the top, the whatever that thingy is, shoulder straps. And then I'm also, this one's going to be a little more fancier than my normal ones I make because I'm going to actually do lining for this. Normally, I cheap out and I just like cut all the pieces, put it together, and then deal with the inside looking like a garbage fire. This time around, I thought I'd actually try and do lining so it looks nice, because if this turns out, it could be a Halloween costume or whatever I want it to be. So the problem is, I don't know if I have enough of this fabric. It's a silky fabric. This side's plain, but the right sides are silk looking, so I'm pretty sure it's silk. I got this from somewhere, or satin, or whatever. So I'm gonna cut out all these pieces, see how much I have left. I should have enough of this fabric to do the lining of the top in this. I don't think I have enough for the skirt portion, but no one sees the inside of that. So I'll probably just look through my fabric stash, which is in a pile in my room, and see if I can do that. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out all these pieces, and then I'm going to use the fabric, unpin the patterns, and I'm going to cut out all of the lining pieces. Technically, I could just start sewing the outside pieces without cutting out the lining until afterward, but I thought, why not just cut out everything at the same time, and then it's just, you know, it'll be a giant pile of stuff, but at least, you know, I have it done. That's kind of my plan. So I'm going to cut out all this. And then I'm going to find some lining fabric, pin that, cut that out, and then we'll get to the sewing. But there's also one other piece to this project. If you notice, when it comes to the blue look, there's like that blanket over her shoulder. So I looked it up, and they basically just said, like, cut out a giant rectangle of fabric, like 126 inches long. I'm like, shit. So that definitely cannot be in this fabric because I don't have that much. So I'm going to work solely on the dress, and then I'm going to figure out that thing. It'll probably just be a different color. But I'm going to focus on the dress first. So let's get to cutting. Alright, so after I cut out all of the lining, which I found some white fabric for the skirt, and I had enough fabric of this silky stuff for the top. So the top is all made out of this fabric, and the skirt has some white fabric in it. So this is the front, and basically what I did is I had to sew this little part right here, as you can see, on both the lining and the outside. And then I pinned it here and here. And the instructions tell me I have to sew in this. So it'll look very baggy, but then when I flip it around, it's very smooth. So that'll be nice. So I'm going to sew this real quick and then see what the next step is. So I finished the front. It looks like two little booties. It's gonna go right here. Looks like it'll fit right now, doesn't it? There is some gathering that has to be done at the top of the booties, but that is for later. The next step is to do the back. So the back looks like a pointed elf shoe. It's a little wrinkly. I'll fix that eventually. There's two of them. Whoop. So this is the outside, and these are the lining. It's same fabric, so it's a little easier. So I can choose which one looks nicer and then use that as the outside. So my goal basically is to attach the lining to the back, pin it all together, sew it, and then I will have a back piece. Pieces. You know? So from what I can see, basically I'm going to take these lining pieces, I'm going to attach them to the back of these normal pieces, sew it, and they're going to be two separate pieces, and then they're going to attach, I'm guessing, to this. I'm going to read the instructions to make sure I don't attach it wrong, but that's the most plausible thing to do. So I'm going to attach the lining to the back pieces, pin, sew, deal with that. My goal tonight is to finish the top half of the dress. Basically, do I have it? Ah, gotcha. So, it's a little hard to see, but basically there's the top half and then there's the skirt. So the top connects to the skirt. So my goal tonight is to finish at least the front and back and maybe connect them, and then maybe do the shoulder straps if I have time. If not, that's okay. I do have a good chunk of time where I could just do this tomorrow, but I have school now, college, happens. So I want to make sure that I get a ton done on the days I don't have class, because on the days I do have class, I'm not going to be getting home till later, and I won't have as much time to work on it anyway. So the more I can get done now, the less I got to do later. So let's add the lining to the back. Yeah. Hey guys, so I've created this off camera. I finished the backs and then I made these shoulder straps, which took me a while because I did it a few different ways and it didn't work, so then I went with this route. It looks kind of messy on the inside, but on the outside it looks pretty good, honestly. And once I attach everything and cut the loose strings, honestly I really like it. So this is the final product, or what I've finished today. I think off camera I'm going to do a little bit more sewing on the top. I'm going to try and finish the top tonight. From what I can tell, there's only a few little spots left, like sewing the sides and adding little loops. This has string on the back. For what reason, I do not know. So I have to take these strips and basically make like little things with them, and cut it and make loops. I'm going to try that, see if it turns out. If not, you won't see them tomorrow. If so, well, you'll see it in the footage I film tomorrow. So my goal is to cut this, make little loops, attach the sides, and basically finish the top part of the dress, where all I have to do is make the skirt and attach it. So, yeah. Good night. Hey guys, it is day 2, and I finished the top. So I'll set this down so you can see it. There we go. Okay, so this is the front. It's a little sketch near the bottom, but it's going to be connected to a long skirt, so just ignore what's happening right here. But this is the front, and as you can see, it's got the shoulder straps on both sides. And then here is the back. It is basically 2 triangles, and I sewed it to the sides right here with a little loop, as there is string involved in this, which I didn't realize until, I was sewing. So I'm going to be adding loops to the skirt as well, and then I guess read the directions if I have to use like a cord or something. I don't know. I'm just doing what the instructions say. So this is what the back looks like, and then basically I had to overlap the 2 triangles and sew it, and then it will be inside the skirt, so you won't be able to see the sew line. But this is the top. Honestly, I really like it so far. And because the fabric is satiny, it makes me look even cooler. So the next step is the skirt. So I have the skirt pieces, and then I have the lining, which is made out of like a bed sheet I found in my fabric pile in the corner of my room. So basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be reading the directions so I don't do this wrong. But as far as I know, I'm going to be taking the pieces and attaching the lining to them. Then I will be attaching the skirt pieces together and then attaching it to the top. So you may watch as I attach everything and sew. I probably won't film every little piece. Like I won't film the entire process of pinning on the lining. I won't film the entire process of me sewing every corner. But I will show you the basics, like when I first attach the lining, when I start sewing it, when I pin the two pieces together. We'll go from there. All right. Woo! Alright guys, that is the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed. I think it turned out really nicely. The lining really made it like 100 times better. I'm going to be doing lining for my other sewing projects in the future. Probably should have been doing that with all my other ones, but I was lazy. Taking the time actually makes it look nicer. My mom said this thing looks like a baby carrier, but you know, it works. In the end, I'd say it turned out really well, and maybe it'll even be my Halloween costume, since I don't have a cosplay picked out for this yet. Alright guys, I will see you on Thursday with another True Crime Thursday, and Monday with whatever I decide to post. Alright, see you later.